Your brain is secretly running a hidden system, creating your identity continuously every second. This system works silently even when you think you are completely mentally inactive and resting. Today you will clearly understand how your brain builds the feeling called I using networks. This explanation will show you a real scientific mechanism behind your thoughts and self-identity formation. Inside your brain, there are multiple networks that activate depending on what you are doing. One of the most important networks becomes active when you are not focused on external tasks. This network is called the default mode network in modern neuroscience research studies. It activates when your brain is resting, daydreaming, or thinking without specific external focus. When you solve problems, another network activates, but DMN turns off during focused tasks. But when you stop focusing, DMN automatically switches on like a background system. Think of DMN like a hidden background app running even when screen looks idle. It never fully stops and keeps processing internal thoughts continuously in silent mode. This network starts combining memories, emotions, and imagination into internal thought patterns automatically. It builds mental stories even when you're not trying to think anything specific. That inner voice you hear inside your mind is strongly influenced by this system. It creates a continuous stream of thoughts that feels like your own voice narration. But this inner voice is not fully under your conscious control as you believe. There is something deeper happening inside this brain system that most people never notice. Scientists discovered that this system even predicts your future situations using memory patterns, and this prediction system is directly connected to how you understand yourself every moment. Now this brain system starts building something very important called self-image continuously. It begins collecting your memories and experiences to create a stable identity pattern. Your brain does not store events as separate memories like a simple recorder device. Instead, it connects all memories into one single continuous story about your life. But this story is not completely accurate or objective like a camera recording system. It is constantly edited, updated, and reshaped by your default mode network activity. And here is where it becomes really interesting from a neuroscience perspective explanation. This system does not only remember past, it also imagines your future self. Your brain merges past memories and future imagination into one single mental simulation. This simulation helps you understand what kind of person you think you are. Because of this process, you feel like you are the same person over time, even though your thoughts, emotions, and behavior are constantly changing every single moment. But this feeling of continuity is actually created by brain prediction mechanisms only. There is no fixed permanent self object stored anywhere inside your brain structure. Scientists describe this as a constructed identity rather than a real physical entity. And this constructed identity is what we normally call ego in daily life. Ego is formed when your brain constantly refers back to its own self model. This self model is updated every second using memory, perception, and imagination inputs. This is also how your brain creates the separation between me and world. Anything outside becomes external reality, while internal model becomes your personal identity boundary. But this separation is not actually present in raw brain processing at all levels. It is a mental construct created for survival and decision-making efficiency purposes only. And now the most important question arises from this entire brain mechanism explanation. Why does your brain even need to create this fake sense of self-identity? Now the real scientific question becomes very important in this brain system explanation. Why does your brain create a constant sense of self at all times internally? The answer is that your brain is not designed for truth, but for survival efficiency. It constantly tries to predict what will happen next in your environment and life. But prediction alone is not enough for managing complex human social environments daily. The brain needs a central reference point to organize all incoming information quickly. So the brain creates a simulated character inside all predictions and memories automatically. This internal character is what your mind experiences as your own personal identity. The default mode network works like a continuous simulation engine running in background. It builds possible future scenarios using past experiences and present sensory information. This simulation helps you prepare for social interactions, risks, and decision-making situations. Without this system, human survival in complex societies would become extremely difficult immediately. But this simulation engine does not clearly separate reality from imagination inside brain. That is why thoughts often feel real even when they are only mental projections. This is also why your sense of identity can change based on experience and environment, because the brain continuously updates the self model using new incoming information streams. So ego is not a fixed thing, but a constantly updating survival prediction interface. It is created by merging memory, imagination, emotion, and social understanding into one system. And the default mode network is the hidden engine that runs this entire process silently. It never stops working as long as your brain is alive and functioning normally. Now, if ego is created by a brain system, then what exactly are you in reality? This question is very important because it challenges your normal understanding of self-identity. You are not a single fixed entity inside your brain like most people assume daily. Instead, you are a continuously updated experience generated by multiple brain systems working together. But the most surprising part is that no single place in brain stores you completely. There is no central location where your identity exists as a physical object permanently. Instead, your brain creates a distributed model using memory networks and prediction systems continuously. And default mode network plays a central role in maintaining this illusion of continuity. DMN constantly simulates your past, present, and future into one unified experience stream. This creates the feeling that you are one continuous person across time. So your self is actually a mental simulation created for efficiency and survival. It helps your brain make decisions faster by organizing information into one identity system. But the simulation can sometimes feel so real that it becomes your entire reality, even though it is just a constantly updating predictive model inside neural networks. This is why thoughts, emotions, and identity feel permanent even though they are not. They are just repeated patterns being regenerated by brain prediction systems every moment. Default mode network is basically a background storyteller inside your brain, constantly active. It writes, edits, and rewrites your personal life story without stopping even once. So what you call I is not a thing, but an ongoing process. A process created by brain networks combining memory, imagination, and prediction continuously. Ego is not your true self, but a survival interface created by the brain. And default mode network is the hidden engine that maintains this interface every second. So the next time you think this is me, remember it is a brain simulation, and that simulation is being built silently right now